Hi everybody, Oppressor Mk.2 here with another video. Today I'm going to be discussing the new Mk.2 Oppressor. I'm going to show you how much it is to buy, what you have to do to get it upgraded, and offer some tips, tricks, and general awesomeness. I want to showcase some of its general strengths and weaknesses, and hopefully it will help you decide whether or not to add this piece of hardware to your arsenal. So without further ado, let's get this thing bought. So for the low price of $3,890,250, you get the new Oppressor Mk.2. You can also do 5 client missions from the Terabyte and save yourself a hair under $1 million for a total trade price of $2,925,000. Well worth it in my opinion. I'll be going over the trade missions probably in my next video, but I would highly recommend that you do them. They're pretty fun to do and not too hard, plus they also pay pretty well. Once you buy it, you have the option of having it delivered to one of your garages, or you can store it in your Terabyte if you own one, freeing up that space in your garage. If you're going to get this bike, I highly recommend you submitting to the paywall and getting the Terabyte. To be able to effectively fight with the Mk.2, you're going to have to mod it, and you can only do that in the Terabyte to unlock its true potential. Which leads us straight into modding this thing. The mods unfortunately aren't extremely customizable cosmetically, with the only cosmetic options being a vortex engine and a standard range of liveries. I have heard a rumor that they will be releasing the Sacenta Nova and pink and green camo liveries, which would make sense considering that all the other nightlife vehicles have gotten them, but I cannot confirm that 100%. All of the rest of the upgrades are the standard performance and paint upgrades except for the weapons, and you can get countermeasures installed. The Oppressor Mk.2 comes stock with those crappy machine guns that do nothing, or you can choose to upgrade them to an explosive machine gun or homing missiles. The thing you should know is that the explosive machine gun is definitely not the death ray that is on other vehicles like the Hydra, Laser, or Savage. It fires very slow and has trouble killing an unarmored vehicle, much less something the likes of an Insurgent or Khanjali. Plus, to say that aiming this gun is ridiculously hard is putting it mildly, due to the angle limits up and down while flying. The splash damage from the explosion is also either really small radius, or it just doesn't do much damage in the first place, so don't waste your money like I did and just go ahead and get the homing missiles. Now these aren't the amazing always hit missiles that are on the Deluxo, Vigilante, or Stromberg, but they are definitely leagues better than the old standard Buzzard or homing launcher missiles. The countermeasures are your standard chaff, flares, or smoke. One really nice feature of this bike is there are 3 different ways to call it in. The first is obvious by just calling the mechanic. The second is that if you are an MC president, you can call it in from the interaction menu under the MC section just like you would any other bike. But the third way is also in the interaction menu under Terabyte services. This is really nice if you don't want to be registered as an MC president to keep your businesses from getting raided. So flying this thing is truly a lot of fun, and a great way to get around the map as well as sourcing crates and returning to your MC businesses to get another delivery vehicle. It's really fast, although the boost is next to useless, except to start the speed glitch, which I will cover in a little bit. However, its size and agility allow you to do things you simply cannot do with any other vehicle. Do be careful when hovering over water though, as it can drown if submerged. It is extremely maneuverable, at least in its turning, not so much when climbing or descending. It can turn inside of any other airplane in the game, even the likes of the Pyro and the Starling, and this thing absolutely eats helicopters. Add the fact that this thing gets countermeasures and very respectable homing rockets, makes this thing a terror in the air. The only real way to counter it from the air, in my opinion, is to have a Mk.2 Oppressor. The Deluxo can take it down, but more than likely the Oppressor has already fired its missiles as well, and the result is probably just going to be a 1-for-1 kill ratio at best. However, it does have trouble attacking ground targets. A vehicle isn't a huge problem for it, but you'll have to be extremely skillful or lucky to hit someone on foot with this vehicle. The targeting reticle jumps around a lot when you're trying to aim. I'm sure it would just take some practice to get the hang of that perfect diving angle, but there are better options for attacking someone on the ground. Which leads me into what I consider to be this vehicle's Achilles heel. At least on the console, auto-aim works while aiming at someone on this bike. Granted, they have to be close enough for auto-aim to lock on, but here are a few examples.
Hey, what's going on?
So no, while this
So you
thing
don't
is
wanna
great
get
for
in serious
dominating the
trouble, huh?
skies, it can definitely
Okay,
be taken
leave it
down
with
by
me.
somebody with a combat MG, some sort of assault rifle, or even one of the stronger pistols like the heavy revolver or golden gun. Miniguns also work well too. As you would probably expect, the durability isn't great. One explosive and it's toast, which probably wouldn't matter because the explosion is probably going to kill you anyway, and the minigun explodes it pretty quickly, but you'll probably get killed before it explodes. You don't die immediately from explosive snipers anymore since the nerf, but you'll die from it exploding after 2 shots. However, if somebody can manage to hit you with the sniper rifle, I'll be truly impressed, and they deserve the kill. There is also a super speed glitch going on right now, very similar to the old Deluxo glitch. It will probably be patched soon, but in the meantime, all you do is hit your boost and immediately pitch the bike up and down. The timing can be a little tricky, but once you get the hang of it, you'll see your speed increase dramatically. So I think that's about it for the Mk.2 Oppressor. It's a very fun vehicle to own and can be a great defense against those Hydra and Mk.1 Oppressor griefers we all know and love. Of course, now you get to deal with Mk.2 griefers, but at least it's harder to hit you with it than it was with the Hydra. My final verdict, whether for fun or combat, get one. It is expensive, especially when you take into account the terabyte, and to get that you have to have a nightclub as well as mods, but it is also very useful, very powerful, and a lot of fun. So that's about it. I hope you liked my video and that it provided some information to you in your decision to buy, or if you already own one, to be able to use it more effectively. So thanks for watching, and do please leave a like and subscribe with notifications on. If there's anything I missed or got wrong, or even just to say hi, leave me a comment. It really means a lot to me when I see I got a new subscriber and that someone took the time to not only watch but leave feedback. To those that have already done just that, thank you. I'd also like to give a shout out and thank you to Hachiroku for turning me on to the fact that auto lock works quite well against this bike and helping me test it. And until next time, see ya!